In terms of cost to taxpayers, it's important to underline that we haven't sold one residence and purchased another. We currently have two Consul General's residences in New York, each of which have very substantial carrying costs. Tom Clark was apparently so keen on a new luxury condo that they bought that condo before even listing the existing property with no guarantee that it would sell at an acceptable price. In general, as it relates to the Treasury Board policy, would you say it's a best practice to secure a buyer for the first property before purchasing the second?
So our policy doesn't speak to sequencing. Our policy speaks to making decisions based on the full life cycle costs. So the sequencing and how that is determined would be set out within the department.
Okay, do you think it's common sense that we don't need two Consul General's residences in New York, and that you need to make sure that you're going to be able to sell the first at an acceptable price before you purchase the second, and also that you don't want to be responsible for very significant carrying costs for two properties on an ongoing basis? Would that seem to you like common sense?
I would say from how I'm managing my real property portfolio, I would want to understand their sequencing that they've taken and if they've included those costs into their life cycle cost analysis.
Right, but just from a common sense perspective, though, I mean, most people that are pinching their pennies, we're going through a cost of living crisis. Many Canadians can't afford homes at all, but most people don't go out and purchase the second home before they've begun the process of selling their first home because they don't want to be on the hook for the costs associated with owning two homes at once over a long period of time. And again, this first property wasn't even listed until last week, essentially immediately before these committees were starting. Shouldn't the government of Canada apply these common sense, real world insights to their decisions around real property?
I think I would want to understand from GAC officials when they started the process to ready the property for disposition and how that figured into their strategy around the replacement of the official residence.